So on August 11th, this game called Boyfriend Dungeon came out. And it's basically a dating sim combined with a dungeon crawler. And in the game, I got to explain the game a little bit before I can get to the real problem with this. And basically, how the game works is you're a girl that's never been on a date and you're looking for, your boyfriend in a world where people can turn into weapons. So you go on a dungeon quest and the guys that you're interested in turn into weapons. Like this guy turns into this saber right here. This guy turns into like a fencing sword. And there's also a girl. She turns into, looks like dual knives. So you get to know them during the game and get closer to them. And as you get closer to them, the weapons that they become grow. It's actually kind of an interesting concept, to be honest. And that is where you think things would end, right? Wrong. That's not where they end. Because, well, there's a character in the game named Eric who is an emotional manipulator and apparently stalks you and does all kinds of weird things. This caused a lot of people on Twitter to freak out, and they had to come in and put this content warning in. It says, the content warning for Boyfriend Dungeon inadequately describes the events of stalking and emotional manipulation that exist in the story. We'll update the game next week with a more accurate CW, which is content warning. We apologize for any hurt inflicted by our mistake. Thank you for playing. And that's pretty much the end of it. You think that would be the end of it, right? Oh no. People just can't leave it alone. And because of this Eric character, the guy who actually voices the character is getting harassed and I guess even death threats sent to him on Twitter. Because, taking a role and playing a character is definitely an indication that the person is a real pile of garbage. I mean, come on. So you have this Eric character who's an emotional manipulator and goes after the character you play in really weird ways. And this is causing a lot of frustration to people. I don't know why. It's just a character in a damn game. But everyone gets triggered about some weird shit nowadays. So this is just, if you ever want an indication how crazy people are on Twitter, this is a really good example of it. So soon after launch, Boyfriend Dungeon's content warning drew some criticism, not because it didn't mention what kind of content was in the game, it did, but because it didn't necessarily warn players of how critical the content is to progress forward. Yeah, I had to watch some reviews on this game, so I kind of knew what I was talking about when it came to what the game is. And the character, so the problem that people have is this Eric character, you can't necessarily skip him and stop talking to him. He just keeps coming back into your life. And this is what's causing the problem. Now, a normal person would just say, okay, and just rush through that part of the game so they could get back to it. But oh no, these are first world problems for soft, sensitive people. And this caused them to go after the actual voice actor. So here's a lot of people complaining about it right here. And, here's the voice actor. So this is the guy who actually plays Eric. Okay. And he says, hey, I can't believe I have to address this, but please don't send me hate messages about my character in Boyfriend Dungeon. I know he sucks, but I'm just his voice actor. Please be respectful. Saying it reflects poorly on me to play a character like this is so confusing. There's bad people out there. I don't support what these kind of people are doing, saying, thinking at all. It's just acting, y'all. There's actually a little bit more to this. He ends up saying right here, I do appreciate the kind words. Everyone, I didn't expect that post to reach that far, or for anyone to care, really. Thank you for having my back on this one. Well, no one deserves to get this kind of treatment for just voicing a character, especially if they're not bothering anybody. He didn't do anything but take a job, which a lot of these people don't even know what that is, by the way. I found this really interesting, by the way. Honestly, the messages weren't that bad, nothing compared to the anons I used to get on Tumblr that regularly threatened me with physical violence over how I voiced certain characters. What a world we live in. So, it's so strange to me that people will take things this far, especially when the guy's just taking a job. Like, realize that he got a paycheck to do that. Like, people need to work. This is a job he can add to a resume and say, yep, look, I voiced this character and this character. Like, this is just a job to this dude. He's just taking work. But this is apparently a reason, because he took this job, he's a terrible person. And then to find out Tumblr, which doesn't surprise me, people are threatening to go and show up and physically harm the person because of characters that he voices. Like, look at this one. He says right here, I read the script and I was like, this guy's a piece of S. Gross said he sucks, so I made him a combination of every F-boy that I know. He's just awful. And so I tried to play it that way, and that was it. Like, that's called acting. That doesn't mean that this Eric guy is a bad person, but apparently, this is just Twitter logic. This is why you never bend the knee to anime Puritans or NPC Puritans in general. You never bend the knee to them, because this is what happens. These are the people that Star Wars wants as fans, Star Trek wants as fans, Hollywood is catering to. A bunch of first world, sensitive losers who are out of touch. Anyway, that's pretty much it. This is just a weird one. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you still subscribe. Hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.